Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game is a matchup featuring two young running backs making their mark in the NFL. It's Todd Gurley going up against Carlos Hyde. With that, let's send you up to Landover, where we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, we are due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Redskins. They come out here in the eye. Ohio! Here we go! They'll come out throwing here on first down. Underneath, this is Bernard. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards.
Ohio! Come on, let's go!
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together.
Here we go! Ohio! Flex round! Here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6.
Come on, let's go!
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On third down, he'll drop to throw. The hook up good to Marquise Wilson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. They'll try and sneak it here. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
What kind of game are we going to have in store for us? I understand the call here if it's the final 2 minutes and you're losing. But this is the opening drive of the game. That is too big a chance for my blood. But give them credit. They got it to pay off.
Let's go! Flex round! Ohio!
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. And here are the Chicago defensive starters.
Aldon Smith had an absolute off-the-charts rookie season and continues to be one of the best playmakers at outside linebacker.
Flex round! Come on, let's go! Ohio!
carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Third down now following the run.
Flex round! Flex round! Let's go! What? 90!
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Jordan Reed has it. And he will have the first down as he's brought down out near midfield. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll look to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Aaron Donald with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. They're going to look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Marquise Wilson, the one he was trying to get it to. Third down here.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Now this now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's third and long.
Here we go!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And this first drive looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Ohio!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Really good, solid run right there. And they did it from a 4 wide receiver set. And if you're an offensive coordinator, they used to tell people, hey, we're going to throw the football. Now they use 4 receivers on the field to spread things out, give them more running lanes and more options. And also, it usually takes the bigger defenders off the field, makes the defense lighter and easier to run against.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Alden Smith there on the tackle.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Shift together here from the D-line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Offense has been out there a while. This is their 14th play in this series. So now it's 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Set. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over. Leopard.
2nd and goal. Still a decent chunk of yardage here. They're on the 8. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
He can run for it, and he will. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. It's their quarterback. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Gone.
Back to throw here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Leopard, set, green.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a Chicago first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Back to throw now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there.
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And here come the Redskins now. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
2 yards to go here on third down. They come out here in the eye.
Flex round.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. Taken right on the 30. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game. When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Defense showing blitz. They'll set up to throw, and they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He'll return it from the 6. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation either.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
Now back to throw. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here we go. 190. 190. Ohio.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Let's go, Ohio! Ohio!
In motion left is Wilson.
Ohio! Ohio!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a low-scoring affair. 6-0 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. Allen Robinson, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, 78 yards. And the Bears can grab the lead with the extra point. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, That meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Shift together here from the D-line.
Here we go.
They go play action here on first down. And this one complete to Reed. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards into play. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done. I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll look to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And that leads to a Washington first down.
Black round. Black round. Ohio. Come on, let's go. Grand time.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Black round. Black round. Black round. Black round.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And quickly, they get to the line. They'll run again with Bernard. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be second down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. And now they're in the hurry up. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense, because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They come up in an offset eye.
Ohio. Black round. Black round. Black round. Here we go. Ohio. Black round. Black round.
They'll run. This is Bernard. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead.
Let's go.
They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Onto the field now come the Bears. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
No. Check, Patriot. Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Give them 11 on the gain there, and that leads to a Chicago first down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. So the D-line's going to spread out.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
The one running back is Gurley. They'll try the end around with Robinson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Now that run, that's exactly why you stay with the running game. You don't abandon it totally. You stick with it, keep telling your guys to stay motivated, and they found a crease on that play.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley near the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And they're going to speed things up here.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And counting the defense here, the Redskins have 6 defensive backs out there. Back to throw. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. A gain of 6 there on first. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Back now at FedEx Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They come up in an offset eye. On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. He'll drop to throw. Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now a play fake here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They'll set up to throw. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And Gano's kick is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so this one's now back within a field goal. And if anybody tells you they see how this one's going to end, I'd have to say they're probably lying, Charles.
And this game's had more twists and turns than a good mystery novel. And I have a feeling we've got a few more twists and turns in store for us before they shake hands here.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll begin here with Bernard. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a toss play to Bernard. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, partner, they might want to tear up their scouting reports a little bit here because they just broke tendency. 3rd down, you don't ordinarily see a toss. They ran it, and they ran it really well and picked up a first down. I love the way the edges were sealed, which allowed him to get to the corner.
Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. And the D looking like they may blitz.
Let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Let's go. Flex round. Flex round.
They come up in an offset eye. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go! Ohio! Ohio!
In motion, the tight end Reed. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll lose you. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go! Flex round!
And they'll run it here. And a good swarm to the foot. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Come on, let's go!
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Now back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gassed,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting off field and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Hurry up, here we go! Green!
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. He's back to throw. Moncrief brings it in. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down.
Here we go now!
They'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. He'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Gurley. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. So many practices we watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there.
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
A crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. Second down, 9 yards to go. They come out here in the eye. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And able to... The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bears, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Washington, thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.